As the market pops up on 13th December 2021, much water has flowed under the bridge during the week. The monetary policy review of RBI came on expected lines, retaining the policy rates as well as the accommodative stance. Professor Jayant Verma, one of the members, continued his dissent on continuance of the accommodative stance. RBI retained its annual GDP growth forecast to 9.5%. The US markets too saw the CPI numbers coming on expected lines on Friday, 0.8%. Though this absolute number is a recent high, and Fed Reserve Chief Powell has already remarked this number is no more transitory. The market found conviction in its predictive analytics. Therefore, the Nasdaq climbed higher to 16,331, while the benchmark 10-year US Treasury yield rose to 1.48%. The President Biden's attempt to politicize petroleum prices had weakened, and therefore the Brent crude climbed to $75 per barrel, while gold failed to find support and closed at $1,782 per ounce. Similar to Biden versus petroleum, last week, India and Russia have signed to settle the bilateral trade in respective home currencies in an oblique attempt to weaken the US dollar. The volume of bilateral trade with Russia is expected to be around $30 billion by year 2025. The Indian rupee closed at 75.78 on a weaker note from last week against the dollar. The RBI's attempt to defend the rupee is also validated by a similar drop of $2 billion in its reserves, as we saw last week. If the FIIs choose to reverse their trend of continuing to exit from Indian markets, rupee could chart an appreciating trend, at least in a minor way, towards 75, 25 to 50 during the week ahead. The finance minister choosing to approach the parliament to seek approval for an additional borrowing of 3.73 trillion rupees from the bond markets has not raised much panic. However, RBI's announcement to permit banks to repay their TLTRO borrowings needs to be seen as an attempt to drain out durable liquidity from the system. The benchmark 10-year bond yield as well as the 3-year interest rate swaps remained unchanged over the week at 6.37% and 5.05%. The Nifty found sporadic support and closed the week higher at 17,511, while the derivatives index VIX softened to 16.06%. Remember to pay your advance tax during the week. Have an interesting week ahead.